Hello everyone, I'm Aidan
And I'm solo camping in sub-zero temperatures
next to New Zealand's tallest volcano. I'm going to be cooking some delicious food and seeing some epic scenery.
but I don't know if I'm ready for the cold. But one thing I do know is it's going to be an interesting video.
Ooh, it's cold, man. Ooh. Is this not the most scenic start to a mission I've ever seen? Look at that! God bugger! Tell you what, forgotten an essential item again. We're going to play a little game this time. I want you to comment down below, pause the video and comment what item you think I forgot this time, because man, it's just becoming a regular thing. These bloody hiking poles, man, they're unsuspecting, but they've come to be my friend. Look at this place, man, look at this. Isn't this incredible? That's a volcano. That is also a volcano. That one could still blow at any point. I dramatically overestimated how cold it was going to be. It's so hot and there's no protection from the sun either. Man, look at these sick ass little icicles in the hill. It's so pretty. Oh, tell you what, it is pretty slippery though. Now up ahead the track moves into a bit of a beech forest. So that's the kind of alpine native bush here in New Zealand. But you might notice everywhere else looks a bit different. It's a bit barren, almost, it's quite scrubby. That's because Ruapehu, big one over yonder, has been quite active over the years and has been erupting. And I don't know the exact figures on this, but a while ago it did a super mega one, and this whole area, the whole Tongariro sort of basin, got covered in lava and whatnot and just coated the land, and means it's all this kind of pumicy volcanic rock, and it erodes real easily and it's not very fertile. Plants have trouble growing here, so you only get these real rustic sort of native scrub plants growing here. So I'm actually walking through the biggest volcanic landscape in New Zealand. You could not tell this is such an active geothermal field. It is so pretty. Man, look at these icicles. They form these like I don't know, curves, like these fangs. They're everywhere. If anyone has an in-depth explanation as to why they've formed that pattern, fire them away in the comments, because yeah, I'd like to know. And this is what I mean about it eroding. The ground here is just really soft and hardly compacted together, because it's just a soft layer sitting, it's just been placed on top of the old stuff. So you end up, when it rains, it just washes away all these valleys. The trees are just so pretty, look at them, and the leaves on the ground. Feel like a little kid that's just opened a brand new like Lego set for Christmas. My little treat this trip is black licorice. Quite a controversial one, but personally I love it, so I'm interested. Let me know your opinions on black licorice down in the comments. Now, these two volcanoes are not the only volcanoes here in New Zealand. We have a very active geothermal field. In fact, there's actually another huge volcano just over the hill, which gives this whole national park its name, Mount Tongariro. There's volcanoes scattered throughout our country. In fact, our biggest city, Auckland, has, I think, over 50. There's heaps others. In fact, the most active volcano is situated only 90 kilometers away from where I live, and it erupted just like 3 weeks ago, which is pretty scary. But it also gives New Zealand a lot of opportunities, like the geothermal steam that rises up out of the ground, which turns a propeller and generates electricity. Wow. It's like a mansion up here. You can see where all the dock funding goes, that's for sure. You can have the old classic me green 2-minute noodles. These taste kind of funny. They expired in 2022. Yeah. Not too bad. Good thing I'm so hungry. Wow. When you think of volcanoes, you know, you get this image in your head of lava and fire and violence. You could almost paint that. That's a tempting spot to camp. Okay, new game plan. I'm gonna go to where I scoped out on the map for camp, and if it's kind of too cold looking, I'm gonna come back here and set up my camp there, but I've got to go there anyway to get water. Look at this, another hui up there, and there's just this huge, like, would have been lava flow when that thing last erupted, just blowing all the way down into the plains. I'm at the top of the world, man. Look at this place. Unreal panorama going on here. Check this out, ready? Man, I'm just surrounded by snowy mountains. Okay, we're down at the river. There's not a bad camp spot there, I guess. But that's the stream. This is all snow melt. Wow, look how clear that water is. Got the water. This is all I'm going to have until tomorrow morning. It's going to last me at least a coffee. I've got to have enough for a coffee tomorrow morning. Oh, here we go. We're emerging once more. Now I've got a bit of 5G, so I'm gonna go watch some reels. Just kidding. Here we go. Made it back. To save you the boring details, I'm gonna do a bit of movie magic. Ready? I'm doing the risky maneuver on not putting the sort of outer shell on my tent because the forecast is impeccable. And there's supposed to be no rain, so it should be alright just like that, and it might get a bit dewy, but I'm alright with that. And it just allows me to have 360 panoramic views of the sunrise tomorrow morning without even leaving my bed. Mum only let me come on this trip here on Friday and skip school if I promise to do some chemistry homework, so I've got this organic chemistry workbook I need to work through. Get a load of this nonsense. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, time for dinner. Now I've got a bit of a vegetarian stir fry going on. Hot honey soy flavour. So I'm kind of excited. Okay, time for the final ingredient, the hot honey soy sauce. Now I've got some cold leftover rice. And the honey soy stir fry. Oops, goes over the top. Now you cannot tell me that's not the most luxurious camp dinner I've ever cooked, and the most luxurious view I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, I was just sitting here writing in my journal looking at the pretty sunset, and I heard this almost cow moo sound, and turns out it's a stag roar. Now we've just come off of the roar. It ended about like 1 to 2 weeks ago, so it's a really late roar, and I just didn't expect to be hearing it. But man, that was awesome. Gosh, it'll be a miracle if I wake up with all 10 fingers tomorrow. Ooh, it's cold, man. Ooh. Well, it's only what, 7:30, and there's already like a layer of ice on my tent, so shows you just how cold it is, and there's not much else to do but go to bed. So yeah, I guess we'll see you in the morning. It's gonna be one of the coldest sleeps I've ever had. Freezing, man. There was just icicles falling on me in the middle of the night. It's pretty warm considering though, like it definitely got to about like at most a -5. I just went for a wee, and it's so cold, my piss froze like as soon as I hit the ground. I've never had that before. That is so cool, man. Frozen piss! Righto. Oh, it's my water. My water's frozen. I know, just a little bit. Everything's frozen! Oh! Lucky my slobber's not frozen. Looking forward to this coffee. Cheers, guys. Morning cuppa in paradise. Man, it's good out here. I feel like just doing this puts it into perspective, you know, like the pain that I'm experiencing in my toes right now is nothing compared to anything I'll face like back home, right? So it kind of just puts it into perspective, you know, this is real, genuine fight or flight instinct, but it kind of just gives you the tool sets. If I can cope with this, I can cope with anything that life throws my way. And yeah, hopefully I can inspire some of you guys to do your own missions. Here's a challenge. If this video gets 5,000 likes, I'll come back here in the middle of winter when it's absolutely freezing cold. So you know what to do. Like it up, share it up, comment, etc. if you want to see me suffer. Now I was gonna have some pancake mix for breakfast. See, I bought some pancake mix and I was excited, but thing is, I should have cleaned my dishes last night. I was just like, oh no, I'll do it in the morning. But my stir fry sort of froze onto the pan, and I really can't be bothered defrosting it and cleaning it. So either I have pancakes that taste like stir fry, or I just have a muesli bar and kind of pack up and head on my way. I think I'm going to go for the latter. Oh my gosh, this is a big moment. Look. Sunlight. Oh, it's so good. Yoo! Oh, it's so warm. Vitamin D. I should actually point out that if it was to rain last night, I would have been cooked because campsite was there, and then as you can see there's just this little wee stream that runs all the way up, and if it was to rain it would all just sort of swamp on that flat bit there and my tent would be underwater. Man, I love these forests. It's so dense with just beech, and they're really cool because they have a really interesting seeding pattern. So every 2 to 6 years is what we call the beech mast. It's pretty much just a mass seeding event. All the seeds drop at once across the country, and it's very important that we predict that because there's so much organic matter lying on the ground after a beech mast that the possums and other pests go crazy. So they eat all the seeds and stuff and get really fat and have lots of babies, and there's just an explosion of pest populations about 6 months after the mast. Once the seeds run out, the possums and stoats and other pests turn to the kiwis and the native birds because they've run out of the seeds on the ground. So there's so much and they just overwhelm the native birds. So predicting the beech mast is very important because then we can take extra precaution to trap and poison the area before the 6 months and take control of the pest populations. It's only been about 15 minutes of walking, but it's time for my first licorice stop. If you're ever in a pinch for fresh water, collect some ice sheets off the little puddles. Bit of grit in there. Goodbye mountains. This has been such a fun mission, honestly my favourite mission. So epic, the views were just on, and the challenge, you know, the cold, it was a bit precarious, but man, it was fun. Just everything was fun, and like, just look at this. You know the goal, 5,000 likes, and I'll come back here and do it all again in the middle of winter. I reckon we can do it. It'll be a fun challenge, but I'm not so sure I'm up to it. Also, be sure to subscribe and check out my other content because I'm out here as often as possible filming adventures and other missions. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, eh? I'd also like to thank Taylor Swift. Shout out to Taylor Swift.